First of all the questions that you have regarding the business cases, either it's for Atlantic or for the other business cases that you would want to apply to, please send them to info@innovmatch.com. This is the email from where we got all the materials before. So you can send us email there regarding the challenge, regarding the business cases, regarding everything that you might think about the platform or anything that you would like to find out more. Also, if you want to learn more besides these few exercises, because they are really introductory, so you can go to our website. We have opensap.com. Here you will have courses like tutorials and online videos explaining you how to do different things in the SAP Cloud Platform. For instance, how to develop Java applications, how to do on-premise extensions or cloud extensions, also for Fiori. You will get this link also in the materials. So in that link that you got earlier, you will get also all the presentations. Regarding the follow-up, you will have the timeline in the follow-up mail of when you have to apply. And if you have questions, like you need specific materials for a specific service, as I told you, for instance, if you want to develop a mobile application and you need tutorials for that, you can reach to me and I will send you everything. I mean, I will point in the right direction. That's what will be my role. So that was what I wanted to tell you regarding the challenge. And next we will go to the second exercise. This one will be like a end-to-end application, starting with the prototyping. Then in the second phase we will add logic to the application, and then we will be able to deploy it and to run it in a portal. So let's start by going, I will show you, I will brief you a bit about the application, what we are doing then, and after this you will also have the time to work on your own. So by going to services, I will have the build service that I mentioned before for prototyping, is this one. And then you will be able to go directly to this link. Here you will need to create a new account. It's separate from the SAP Cloud Platform, but it can be integrated. So you will need to create a new account. I know, it's the last one for today, I promise you. So I will just log in. And I just want to show you really briefly the interface. Great. Just 1 second. In the meantime, you can go to the link that I've shown you before. I told you to download that Translate app folder. So we will do this exercise now. It will be 3 PDFs. And here you actually will have more things. So I prepared first of all the PDFs with the tutorials. Then I prepared the prototype, actually how the prototype should look after the first exercise. You have the final version also if you don't have time or you have some issues preparing it. Then you have also the final application with the whole functionality. If some things go wrong or you don't have time to finish, you can have time at home to see how it should look like. And also there is a script, I will tell you a bit later, because this script is, at some point in exercise 2, you will need to copy-paste some code. And I advise you to use this script, because if you copy-paste it from the PDF, there can be some issues with some spaces and edits that are not okay. So good, I will go now to the build. And log in. So it's also depending on the network connection and everything when you load this. In the meantime, you can also create the account, so you can use it later. Okay, I will try it one more time. Okay. So finally I was able to log in. That's what happens when you have many accounts. Okay, finally. So, this is the main page for the build account where you will be able to create your prototypes. Depending on the connection, sometimes it can get a little bit trickier because it will be a drag and drop. It's a drag and drop tool, so sometimes it will be a bit difficult if the connection is not working properly. So what can you do here? First of all, you can create new applications, new applications from templates. So for instance, if I will go here to new project and I want to see the full gallery, I'll be able to see all the templates that are provided by SAP. This means that there are already pre-packaged user interfaces that can be cloned, and you can work on starting from that. So as you can see here, there are like lots of templates. If you go to view more, there will be even more loaded. And you get the idea. There are lots of them. So for instance, if we go to, I don't know, the first one, let's see, these connected goods. Let's say you think that it's a template that would help you in your application. You can actually clone it and then turn it in your own application. So the project was cloned, and now you are able to see each page. What's the connection between the pages? You can add more pages to this map, or you can edit them. So if we go, for instance, to edit, we'll see the main page where you can work on that. So for instance, if you are waiting a little bit, okay, so this is the main page. It's taking a while to load. But on the left, you have all the controllers that you can drag and drop. And then on the right, you have the properties of these elements. So for instance, here, you have all these elements that can be changed with the properties. Also, on top of the page, you have the possibility to see how the application would look on different kind of devices. So, for instance, on smartphone, we won't have the same look as on the desktop. Also, you have the possibility to create a study. What does this mean? So you will not be working alone. So maybe you will seek for feedback for this design. So in this way, you will be able to send this prototype. So if you create study, you can send this prototype to your colleagues or to your customer and put specific questions to that. So you can ask, does this, I don't know, section, is it okay with you? Do you want to add something more in this area? How is this button? Is it working properly, or do you want something more? So you can go to the questions and add more, anything that you might want. That's just one way that you can work. Also, at the end, you can publish this prototype in order to be able to send it, or you can export it and then import it into Web IDE and start working from that. Actually, that's what we are going to do here. So if I'm going to Workspace, now I'm going into the details about the exercise that we are going to do. So we are going to create a new project. It's going to be called SAP Translate. And in the first phase, you will have all the details, how to create the form, what to add here, what will be the specific properties to make it look like this. Actually, in the papers that in the documents that I've sent you, it looks a bit different. Something to mention before you start. First of all, there is no simple form, and it's written in the document. Now it's called just form, so don't look for that button because they changed the name. And you have all the details how to create this template. At the end, you will have to share it, actually to download this zip. You can download the prototype and call it, let's say it's SAP Translate. And put Translate 1 because I already have one like that. And then in the second phase of the exercise, you will be able to add logic to that. So, okay, you want to do the SAP Translate application, but you will need to consume the API from a translation hub. So this is what we are going to do. First of all, you will import this application. So from File System, choose it. Okay. And I will go to my old application because it's already has the changes. So You will need first of all to go to the API and find the API code that you will need. You will paste that code. You will see it's actually the code that says what are the languages that you want to use and the codes, and also it's putting the API code that we generated previously. You will put it here, and in the end you will be able to run it as we have done it before. So let's see. I don't know Croatian. For Romanian it's working, so let's see if for Croatian it's working as well. So let's try to run it as a web application. So I would say travel expense because it's working for business languages, let's say. And I will put Croatian, and I'll keep my fingers crossed that it's the same, that at least resembles what is it? Okay? Okay, I don't know Croatian, that's why I tried it with Romanian before. So it's the same. The last step will be to deploy this application. In order to do that, it's just something really simple. You just go, as we have gone before, to run. Instead of run, we go deploy. We first deploy it to SAP Cloud Platform. And here you will have the option either to deploy it as a new application or deploy it as a version of an existing application, because I already used this application before. So I will say, okay, put it as a new one. And deploy. And you will see that if you will go to your cloud platform at this point, you will find the application, but you will get an error because it will not work. And you will say, okay, but what's the problem? Actually, this application that we are doing, it's designed to work in a Fiori Launchpad, in a portal. So it's like a micro application, let's say, that runs in a bigger application and needs to get details about how to run. So now if you want to actually be able to access this application, we will have to register to an SAP Fiori Launchpad. Next, I will call it SAP. Oh no, it's static, and then I will call it SAP Translate Croatia. You can change also the link. That's it. And here I have my catalogs. I will show you at the end of this, after you will also have your application, how to create the catalog and how to configure it there. So I will put it to SAP InnovMatch, catalog, in group. Now if I'm opening the SAP InnovMatch catalog, I can see my application. Apparently I have called it also translated one than last times when I changed it. Okay, so this one we can use now. This was just a short briefing of the exercise. Now you have all the instructions there. You start with the first exercise, then you go with the second, and when you reach the third one, that one with deploying and creating the portal, we can have a break and I can show you exactly how you configure the portal, how you can create roles and catalogs and everything there, because there is much more than what you have there. So I hope you will enjoy this exercise, and let's get started.